All right, I think we're on now. There we go. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
How are you? Paul's always he's like a news guy. CNN. How are you doing, Paul? Good morning. How you been? Fine. Pretty soon he'll be sitting like this,
Right.
with his arms crossed and everything. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Did you go to the classic car show?
Yep.
There were.
I was up here.
See,
PFW.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
And you didn't have far to go home, like across the street.
Who was across the street?
Never mind, Paul. So,
Yeah, I did go.
yeah, there were
Way
quite
up in the back in the woods.
there were quite a few cars there
There's quite a few cars.
because they all came down my street.
Yeah.
Couldn't even talk on the phone.
They were making that much noise, huh?
Well, yeah, it's like you could always tell somebody who had like the guy that had like no testicles. Run, run! He's like going like that because
That's a stop sign.
huh?
That's a stop sign.
I know, but come on, guys.
I know.
I'm sitting there on the phone. He looks and he goes. Run, run.
Yeah.
It's
That was
like
at Jewett City, right? Jewett
Ah,
City, VFW.
it was at the VFW.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear it when some of them were leaving. They were making all kinds of noise. Yeah. Well,
Sitting there going, mine's bigger than yours. Run! No, it's not. The engine. They're talking the engine.
Yes.
yeah.
Weirdos.
You know, and the funny thing about it is you could probably have the best looking car there, but if you got somebody that takes a car, I was next to a rat rod, right?
I have no idea what that is, but okay.
It's a car
Moving
made
on.
out of 17 million parts,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
all rusty. And
Oh, is that the one that had the bike on the back of it?
No, it didn't have a bike.
It was not a motorcycle, just like a bike. It was like all.
It's almost like a little truck.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there. My car's like fairly good. Right by my car, go to the junk car. Next to the rat rod, I should say.
Made your
It's
car
like-
look even better.
Like, what the hell? Maybe I just get a rat rod, strip all the paint off of it. And so, yeah. Because I notice how people look at cars. They go and look at these cars that people put all this crazy stuff on it. You know?
I like the classics.
Yeah.
So, it's all right.
It's all right.
All
It's all right.
All right.
All right. We have a nice show today where we have a couple of local authors who are. It's actually a book tour, isn't it? Or
Well, I'm participating in both events. There's the Connecticut Author
can you put the
Trail.
microphone like kind of like right in between y'all? So.
The Connecticut Author Trail
Yep.
is,
Okay.
is one that I'm participating in person. And
Mhm.
then Laura's event, the Authors Against Abuse,
Mhm.
I'm participating as a non-attending author.
Gotcha. So let's get you like DM Foley. We were familiar with you. You've been here a few times now. Always welcome here. And for those of you who know, she also participates in the chat group a lot of times when we have guests on. And Laura, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Laura. I just released my debut novella in April. I'm a horror author from Dayville, so not too far. I went to an event in October of last year in Rhode Island, and I said, I can do this. There's not much for readers in our area, and started planning in November for the event to be midsummer because there's not as much going on for books. A lot of stuff
Right.
happens in the fall
Okay.
with spooky season and whatever. Figured I would start my own event, and I did it.
So really, that was it. It was just bing, bam, boom. Now, how many authors do you have involved in this event? Or tell us about the event.
Yeah, so I have over 26 attending authors in person that have table slots from all different genres, a lot from horror, fantasy, thriller, romance. And then I felt like it wasn't enough for me. I wanted bigger. So I said, how can I involve more authors if I don't have table space? So I figured I would set it up almost like a bookstore or a library where non-attending authors like her would send me a limited supply of their books and people could purchase them. And then any non-sold books would go back to the authors after the event along with whatever their payments are.
Okay.
And a lot of people decided they were going to donate part or all of their proceeds or some of their proceeds to the event. We're raising money for United Services, which supports domestic violence victims and their families out of all different parts of Connecticut. We're going to the Dayville chapter, but it should really help, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. No. So I guess the obvious question is why domestic violence? Why is it something that you chose?
So I've had a lot to go through with that. That's what my book is primarily based on, is my own experience with my son's father. And my son and I have both utilized that foundation ourselves. So I wanted to give back to a foundation that helped us.
Mm-hmm. So Ms. Foley, do a lot of people write based on the human experience?
Yes.
Okay.
From what I've seen, there's actually several local authors who have definitely written based on their own personal. Actually, my most recent one, The Killer Trip. Not that I'm a I'm not a.
What's your body count?
I'm not a killer.
Not yet.
No, it was actually written based off a trip that I took years ago, and after writing my first 3 books, 2 of my best friends were like, "Hey, you got to write a story about that trip we took years ago." And I was like, "Okay, how can I turn this into a thriller?" So used my imagination or whatever. But like,
gotcha.
A lot of writers do take from their personal experiences. But another local author who has written based on her family's domestic abuse and the death of her mother and her sister is Conchetta Falcone-Cotting.
She was my teacher.
Yes, yes. So I've become very close with her, and she read. Sorry, too early in the morning. The empty.
I tried to give you coffee.
I know, but I told you that would be like a really entertaining, overly entertaining.
Well, that's kind of what we're going for.
We'll get into those other books.
But another author that is non-attending who is participating, who sent you a book or whatever.
Yeah, Jafe Danbury.
Jafe Danbury. He wrote from the male perspective of domestic abuse.
Okay.
His book is The Other Cheek.
Mm-hmm.
So
which makes sense.
Yes.
Now, how many attending authors will there be?
Over 26.
Okay.
We have 26 table slots. There's one author who might have to back out for some other obligations. We had some more. Some people got sick. Some people have added, but right now we have 26.
Okay. Now, are you doing this in multiple spots or?
No, it's all in one place. Everybody's kind of sharing a room. It's at Charlie Bravo's in Putnam.
Okay.
Saturday from 1 to 5.
This coming Saturday.
Correct, the 27th.
Okay.
And there's pool tables where 2 authors will share a table, and then around the pool tables, there's smaller tables where there will be 1 author.
All right. There's a couple of comments here we'll get to. Colin says, good luck, Laura Bilodeau. Daryl commenting on the cars, if you have to rev your bike so it won't stall, then your bike gets a piece of shit. So there you go. Cindy says, my daughter, whose name is Paige, is a domestic violence advocate with United Services. Perfect. And Melissa Wooten, she's one of the teachers over at Griswold High School, as a matter of fact. I started to read The Killer Trip, and then my dumbass boxer dog ate it. And now I just ordered another one so I can finish reading it.
I hope you enjoy it.
The dog did.
The dog did.
The dog certainly did.
Oh, my God.
You always get the other end and read it.
Oh, my God. You always wait for Paul to make comments. You never know where they're going.
Yes.
Do you have any questions, Paul?
It's funny that you talk about people who write on, what they've gone through. I read a couple books related to some celebrities, not necessarily domestic violence, but some of the sicknesses they went through and some of the things they had in their life. And I think a lot of people get interested in that kind of stuff because, you talk about a celebrity.
It's the mail call. Yeah. It's Barb, the mail lady. Barb, the mail lady. Come here. Over here. Hey, Barb. Well, let me get out of the way so that way you can take your big head. Thank you, Barb.
Have a good day.
See you later.
Yeah. I guess a lot of people get interested in that kind of stuff because they want to know, So, wow. I mean, I didn't realize there were that many books out there on violence.
Oh yeah.
I think there's quite a few.
Wow.
For me, the thing was like I didn't want to talk completely about like the abuse and poor me. For me, you can't get revenge in real life. Like it's illegal. You can't fight back the same way as you can in a book.
Sure.
So I just took my book
and it's got to be raw, because that's like raw emotion.
Yeah.
I mean,
it felt good. Like I can't get in trouble for doing this. Your name's not in here. There's nothing identifying you in here. But I'm going to ruin your life in this book.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's not Colin, is it? Or
no, he's part of the writing legion.
Ooh, Colin, you skated that one, buddy.
I mean, do you guys write it raw and then somebody proofreads it, or do you just do the whole thing yourselves?
There's a lot of different ways you can do it. At least for me, like I wrote it and then I had beta readers, which is they get it first and they kind of proofread it before it goes to an editor.
Gotcha.
And then after the editor gets it, then you can have an ARC reader who kind of is like your cheerleader, your hype man. They promote it before it's released so that a lot of people will want to get it when it's released.
Yes. There's every author that I have met, they have their own process. They have their own. Mine's evolved. Mine definitely has evolved. I go through. I'm a pantser. I just write. Yeah. Write it down. Then I go through and then I self-edit.
You don't storyboard or anything. You just go, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, I have too many ideas that float through my head to even like try and put them storyboard and all that. But then it's just one of those things where then I send it to my editor and then I get it back. Then I send it to my proofreader. Then I get it back. And then I send out ARCs. I have an ARC team, which is that's advanced reader copies. We send those out. And
Jeez, I think I'll write one against Mike Minarski Senior abuse. All the abuse I take in the morning.
Yeah.
That'd be a good book.
Shut the microphone.
Yeah, I won't mention his name though.
You bludgeon. This is like a little fence here. You bludgeon me, I wanted to be the host. You son of a bitch.
He's the chicken on him. Throw it in his nose every time he talks. It just.
There you go. So if I wanted to write a book, not that I want to, you just write it. I mean,
just write it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think it is? It's some sort of scientific formula to write a book?
Or? No. Just when you think of people writing books, you kind of say, "Wow, how the hell do they do that?" But
nobody's ever gonna. You can't compare yourself to like Stephen King or Julius Paul or J.K. Rowling. There's so many authors. You just do it. If one person reads it, you did your job.
Exactly. But then what do I do if I write it? Then what do I do with it? Is there people you can contact? Say, "Hey, I wrote this book."
You can do it yourself too.
Yeah. It's self-publishing isn't as difficult as people think.
I think that's what people think.
Point it that way, the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, that's what,
literally.
That's what I think. I think a lot of people think it's, how do you do it? It's hard.
That's why it took me so long to actually try and publish. Was because I had it in my brain that, I didn't even really know about self-publishing. Like I always just thought traditional publishing, and I knew that you had to find an agent and all of that, and
it's expensive, and the decline rate is just too much.
Well, even Stephen King, he tacked up all of his rejection letters. Like he had rejection.
Sure.
That's.
Imagine if he would have quit.
Yeah.
Serious. I mean, look at
I have a lot less books on my shelf.
Exactly. What's your favorite Stephen King book?
Oh, I don't know. I just have a whole collection of them.
Oh.
I haven't read them. I just want them all.
I don't like his. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like it. I mean, I don't like. I said it again. All right, I don't like a lot of his newer stuff.
I haven't read any of his.
I love the older stuff. Yeah.
I think the one that sticks out the most to me is Pet Sematary. That one stuck with me.
My favorite one is not exactly one of his most popular. They made a movie about it. It's called The Dark Half. And that was a real creepy book. It was about a guy who just, all of a sudden it's, his other half is very, very evil, and really turns out that the other half is really him.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there are a lot of books out there with dual personalities.
Sure.
Actually, there's an indie author. She's not local, but T.M. Shibner. She is me too. That's dual personality.
TM?
TM.
How do you guys have a conversation? Hi, DM. TM? TM. TM?
I know her by her real names.
Melissa again says, my dog should be your agent.
You'll never get anything out.
Exactly.
Comes out in capsules. Rachel wants to know, are your books available on Amazon?
Mine are. Kindle, KU, paperback.
Gotcha.
Mine are not available on Kindle Unlimited. They are through Amazon, but they're also available through Barnes & Noble's,
Books A Million?
Kobo, Books A Million. Yeah. They're also available through Hoopla and Libby, which are primary library services.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to do KU, you can't go into the other platforms.
Yeah.
What? KU?
It's like
Kindle Unlimited.
Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's just you pay a monthly fee and you get whatever books to borrow, and then you return them when you're done.
Oh, okay.
But then you can't go into other platforms. You're exclusive to Amazon at that point.
An author can't.
Right.
Like if an author puts
puts
their books on KU, which my books used to be on KU until my fourth book came out and it was pirated within the first week. And my anxiety ramped up because if Amazon found out that it was available somewhere else, even on a pirated website, my account could get shut down.
Gotcha.
And I was like, yeah, nope.
Laura wants to know, another Laura, not you. You didn't type in this.
Maybe I didn't. I'm just telepathically telling you.
Goes, how can we support if we're unable to attend the event?
So that's a good question. The ticketing site, we went through Eventbrite. They have a donation option where you buy the tickets. You don't have to buy a ticket to do so. We also have our entire raffle available online. You don't have to be present to win. That's on the actual Facebook page, Authors Against Abuse. There's all the different pictures. You can get your ticket. It'll go put into the raffle, and that proceeds all goes to the event as well.
Okay. That's Eventbrite.
Yeah, Eventbrite has the tickets, and then on Facebook you can go Authors Against Abuse, and there's a Facebook page, and then Authors Against Abuse Author Expo is the event link.
Gotcha. All right, Colin, who the book is not about.
He has his own books.
He has his own books. Are they about you?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. No, it's about our friend Asher and his wife Tina.
Maybe they are.
They do some funky stuff.
Colin says, love supporting the authors who I work with. We are a family. Colin, where are you from?
Far away.
Is he from far away?
Very far away.
From far, far away. Now I'm thinking Shrek.
I'm thinking another
he's across the pond.
galaxy.
Oh, far, far away. Yeah.
No, he's across the pond.
Really?
Yeah.
Hello, Colin, where are you from? I'd like to know. Do I sound a little bit like your neighbor?
That is the great thing about becoming an author. You make friends all over the world.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah.
Rachel says, I use Books A Million. And Colin says, I'm from the UK. Okay.
You sound Australian, not British.
They go back and
That's the
forth.
wrong
I have no idea. Tom the kangaroo down. Sport. I'm serious. I don't know an English accent. The difference. What is the difference? They sound the same to me.
The country.
Should I go Irish?
Try an Irish brogue.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I just can't.
You're going to be in his next book.
Huh?
You're going to be part of his next book.
Oh, no.
The man who couldn't speak English.
The Australian who thought he was from the UK.
So are you guys on Audible?
Not
I'm
yet.
not.
Not yet. Working on that.
That can get really expensive.
Really?
Trying to find somebody who just wants to sit there and read your book.
Well, the ones I've seen, the people have read their own books.
Really? Well, I don't know.
I mean, a couple that I've got,
Yes,
they read their own books.
there are some, but there's cost involved because
You gotta have all the
you have
sound
to have the
equipment.
equipment to record it
Record it.
and edit it. And
Here you are.
You wanna narrate my book?
Hi, I'm DM Foley. And today's book got eaten by Melissa Wooten's dog. And we'll be back. I narrate your book. Just to do it.
Mine's a female main character.
Yeah, well, that's the only
Hi.
ones. Well, the Lion's Garden trilogy, that's written in third person, so that's.
I'd do it just if you wanted me to. I would just do it. And then you can either put it in your drawer and say, all right, this happened. Or you can say, you know what, maybe this would work. I don't know.
We'll talk.
I won't even, I just do it. I mean, just. I'm DM Foley.
Might be better off having the dog do it. The dog has all the words in
The
it.
dog knows it.
I'm Laura Bilodeau. Question for Laura. How many books have you published?
I have one published. I have a submission into an anthology that comes out in October. Colin is part of that. And then I'm halfway through my second book right now that I'm working on.
Gotcha. Can you divulge? Or
On the which one?
Second one, the one you're working on right now.
It's about a creepy dentist.
Nice. I'll be your dentist.
So how was that experience? You tell us.
No, the dentist has done all these horrible things and wants to go confess all their sins and goes in to see a therapist who they always record their first session just for data collecting so they don't have to write everything. And the dentist doesn't know they're being recorded when they confessed all of their sins. And then ultimately they end the therapist and it's all caught on recording.
Oh.
And the therapist is not alive anymore. The dentist is gone. Nobody knows who this person is.
Does he kill the people and then
she
give them a
sure
cleaning?
does. No.
Oh, that would really be
No.
creepy.
She's not keeping the teeth in their heads.
Oh. Yikes.
I have a question. Do your friends who have read your books or your stories, and because they are on the creepier side? And
I begged my family not to read it. I begged them.
Do any of them say, well, do they look at you differently and like say, I don't want to walk in the dark with you?
Well, maybe they want to walk in the dark with me more because I'll keep them safe.
They'll keep them safe.
Well, that would be my thought process.
Well, for
but
me,
I have
at
friends.
least with my first book being what it was, a lot of people were like, oh, like, why didn't you tell us?
Yeah.
And my family, like, they knew to an extent, but they didn't know everything. So I was like, please, like, protect yourself. Like, don't read this book. Wait for something else.
I can understand that because when I read The Lonely Nest, it was based in my hometown where I grew up.
Right.
And just reading the shocking details of her life, her mom's life, her sister's life,
Right.
and everything that happened in my quiet hometown, it knocked me for a mental loop for a while. Like I couldn't even pick up another book to read for weeks because I was just like, this happened in my town. And so many people turned a blind eye. So I can get why.
Parts of my book, they're in Plainfield, they're in Worcester, they're in Killingly. Like it's, and people are like, I know where that is. And I'm like, yeah, I do too.
Yeah. And knowing you and reading what you went through, I am, like you say you want them to be protected and not read it.
Right.
But I think it's really important for those who have experienced.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people like, wow, I should tell my story and maybe I'll feel better. I can get my revenge and get it out. And I'm like, do your thing.
It's therapeutic for people.
Right.
And I think it's good for others who haven't escaped that yet, to know that they're not alone.
Right. And then kind of back to your question, I was actually having this conversation last night with my boyfriend. He
Not Colin.
No, very much.
Just being
fantasy.
clear here.
And for me, I can't relate to fantasy. I don't hang out with dragons all day. I don't know about you, but
but zombies are cool, right?
I don't write about zombies. But he's like, I would not have ever picked your book up if it wasn't for you. And I tried to get him to read other books in the genre. He's like, get it away from me. I don't want it in my house. Like,
is he he reads fantasy?
Fantasy, manga, and he's just like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I love you, but I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's your way of processing what you went through.
But what I read is very niche and not like.
Have you read Bunker Dogs?
I have it.
Oh, how you been? Good.
Sorry.
No, it's funny.
But he's attending.
Yes.
Yeah, and his book, The Bunker Dogs, is the only one that I've actually read of his. And I read it a year ago, and it still sticks with me.
I'm excited. One of my favorite books I've ever written or read was Mine by L.M. Kaplan, and he's coming. But what's cool about him, his daughter is going into 6th grade, and she just published her own book, Ruby's Cube. And this will be their first event together. They've done books, like signing events at Barnes & Noble, but they had different spots because she's a child.
Gotcha.
But this will be their first event that they can do.
Is it about a cube that tells the future?
Sort of. I haven't read it myself yet because I'm trading my book for that one to read with my son. But there's a girl named Ruby, and she's got this magic cube, and she's a hero and uses her cube to do whatever she does. But to be going into 6th grade, have your dad as your publisher and your editor, and to do all that with him, that's pretty amazing. Cool to me.
It's amazing.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. Talk to DM Foley some more about. We'll get into her book a little bit. We'll talk about the domestic violence event. We'll talk about where it is again, and how many authors, and we'll talk about what the relationship between Laura and Colin really is. Be back in a minute right here on SNSN. Has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
The Burns Agency is a full-service organization with insurance products ranging from business owner policy needs to personal insurance like home, auto, and umbrella. Some companies can make that a one-stop shop. That's why we value partnering with insurance companies like Arbella Insurance. Like us, they offer a range of insurance coverage for our valued clients. Having your most valuable assets covered by a single insurance carrier, serviced by a local agent, is priceless. The Burns Agency proudly partners with Arbella to bring you insurance coverage at competitive pricing. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
City Savings Bank's commitment to helping local businesses fuel growth was recognized by the Small Business Administration and readers of the Commercial Record. We invite you to put our winning commercial lending team to work for your business. Because when local businesses succeed, we all win. To learn more, visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they gonna know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
We have just found out how dark Laura actually is. But you're going to have to read her book to find out, because those thoughts did not come from somebody normal.
Wow.
You look at Paul's even creeped out.
He moved over his chest.
His
pillow is going to fall on the ground.
I'm not
read
afraid.
this now.
It's not finished yet.
Oh, it's not. Oh, that one. Okay, all right.
Well, the first one I told you about the needle, that one's out. That one's defeating the moose.
So I want to ask a couple of I can't get the thought out of my head.
Smile.
The first chapter was the needle. That was the Novocaine.
Two separate books, but oh gosh,
you're a sick woman, Laura.
How old are you?
28.
20.
28.
Oh,
28.
28. I thought you said 20.
Oh no, I've passed the 27 club.
You got to give
Now
your
I can
boyfriend
do
a
what I
shout
want.
out, because we've been teasing Colin.
Oh.
So
Oh, it's Sam. His name is Sam.
hey, Sam. What's up, Sam?
He's at work.
Oh, hello, Sam at work. We can watch this later, actually, because it'll be online. So I have a question to a couple of real authors, people that have actually written.
No, you
read the next book. You'll know exactly why I did that. How many people are trying to cut the curve a little bit and actually using too much AI? Because that's an AI thing.
It's a big debate.
See, we've never talked. I've never asked you this before.
No, because it's really
controversial.
It's really blown up in the last year.
Yes,
like
it's
really,
going to get worse.
It is going to get worse, and
people are using it to write their books, not just like the art, like
entire books. And you can usually pick out the cover art that is being used
because
people are missing fingers.
People are missing, or they have 8 fingers when there should be 5. Like, but you have to pay attention to detail, and most people don't. They look at a cover and they're like, "Oh, that looks cool," but they don't actually look at the cover.
Right.
But the same thing with inside the books. There are tells. There are definite tells, and the book tells. It doesn't show. That's a huge one.
I've written 12 books yesterday.
Yeah,
all on AI. No, I was thinking about that really when you came here this morning. I'm looking. I wonder if this is really a thing, and I'm thinking I don't know how it can't be. Because
it is. Amazon is doing their best, and other distribution platforms are trying their best to curb it and weed it out. And when you upload to Amazon, you have to check a box that this was not written by AI.
Gotcha.
Or it has AI. Like, so they're trying to do their part to weed it out, but it's still getting through. And then you have,
it's going to get smarter too.
Right.
Well, you have the dilemma of,
do you even read the book that AI wrote for you before you publish it?
Yes. Yeah. You have that. There's probably no editing in it, because they're just like, oh, well, AI wrote it, should be good.
Right.
But then you have the dilemma of, where is AI getting these ideas from? Like, AI isn't an independent thought process right now. It's pulling it from what's been fed. And what it's been fed is other authors' works, other artists' art. And it's basically a form of piracy, if you really think about it.
Sure.
Because friends again.
No, this is uncomfortable.
See, he's feeling a little more comfortable now. So next thing he's looking and go, "Hey, girl."
Sit on my lap.
Hey, girl.
It's not much space, but I'll make
I
it.
think I'm going to put it.
You're a hot shit, Laura.
There's something about a dentist that likes needles. I'll beat you to it.
I'm very, very interested
Pirate
in
my book.
No.
through AI. You know.
Yes.
Well, that's. I think a lot of authors have been really pulling back and not sharing as much information as
Sure.
in the past about upcoming works and everything because of that. Like
Right.
you put out an idea, and of course somebody can just take that idea, but then again,
Yeah.
there are so many books out there. Like there's over 2 million published a year, so there's always going to be books that are very similar. Very simple. Like they have the same tropes. They have, you know.
Just want to go ahead and just acknowledge some of our other sponsors before we have another round of questions here. Let's see here. How about here's one for you. It's Rubino's Full Circle Restaurant on Route 138. They also have Rubino's Full Scoop, which is ice cream. They got an ice cream truck right there. So Rubino's Full Circle, established in 1959, back when that was when the parents opened up Rubino's downtown. So anyway, also Dean's Corner Diner, right on Main Street. You can find them on DoorDash, 860-376-9141, or have it ready when you get there. Let's see. Capital Property Group we happen to be in their building, as a matter of fact. Anything that's real estate involved, whether it's property management, buying and selling, whatever you got. Capital Property Group LLC. Find them on Facebook. And P7 Construction LLC. Also find them on Facebook. You'll see that they do new construction, remodels, roofs, pretty much everything. P7 Construction. Matter of fact, if you go to Dean's Corner and you get a cup of coffee, you'll see P7 Construction on the cup, and you can just go ahead and scan the QR code to get more information from them. And also, thank you very much to my ex-wife. Here you see her as the Wicked Witch of the West. So thank you very much for going ahead and sponsoring this event. I literally put a picture up of the Wicked Witch of the West.
See, you got it in you too.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Sounds like a new book coming out.
The radio.
But the real question is, which eggs? I didn't
He just
say.
talks to nobody on the radio confessing his sins until some trucker comes along. Catches him on the radio.
Oh.
God knows I love truckers. Flash the light, baby. You're in the rest area. I'm not gay, but $20
Gonna get
is
a lot, Lizard.
Yeah, hey, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. So, Laura wants to know, how many books have you published?
You already asked me that question.
Did I? You did not.
5.
5. Tell us.
Family Ties, The Lion's Garden Book 1, Erasing Secrets, The Lion's Garden Book 2, Pawns, The Lion's Garden Book 3, Derek Dream Changer, Book 1 of the Dreamwalkers series.
Excuse me.
That's the one that got pirated. And then The
Oh,
Killer.
really?
Yes.
So how did you stop that? Were you able to stop that?
I was
that
not
process?
able to stop that. I sent all kinds of cease and desist emails to the website, and it just...
So when they say that they're trying to stop AI, they're not really trying to stop AI.
Well...
They're doing their due diligence by saying, click the box.
Well, Amazon, it's kind of funny that you say that, because at the time I was only published through Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only place I did. And I was on Kindle Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, within a week of uploading that manuscript and having it out there, it popped up on a pirate website. And I was like, how can that even happen? Because I didn't share ebooks with anybody. I didn't do art copies, ebooks. I did physical copies. So there's only one way that file could have been just like stolen, and it's somehow in between transmitting to Amazon.
Right.
It's very common.
Yeah.
I would bet, especially in technology is so scary now. I mean, really, if you think about what it can do.
Yes.
And how do you catch it? I mean, for me, I couldn't see staying with Amazon exclusively and Kindle Unlimited and have that looming fear of having my account shut down. Yeah.
And not having the ability to publish. So I went and published through Ingram's Spark.
And now there are a lot of AI, or I should say a lot of AI that's submitted, I would think, on any kind of platform, whether it's social media, they're using AI to try to find it. So here's, for example, Melissa at home, she went ahead and was looking through her Facebook memories. And it came up, there was a picture. And it was just a few kids, like in a pool or something like that. Nothing weird about it or anything. And it wasn't even hers. It was a picture that she thought that was funny, mind you, 5 years ago. And then she shared it and was like, what? Well, anyway, she saw it come up in her memories, didn't do anything with it. Well, Facebook AI caught it. And they gave her, I think it was a ban for 3 days for child sexual exploitation.
Wow.
Yeah. And it had nothing to do with that at all. I mean, and then she had to wait it out. And then she said, hey, look, nope, we're going to keep it the way that it is. So there's a lot of, it's not just Facebook. It's TikTok's a big one.
Yes.
Where they will go ahead and they will just boot you and they don't even care. Yeah. Honestly, I hope TikTok gets banned. Screw them, because they've changed a lot. They're not very user-friendly anymore.
Yeah, I'm rarely on TikTok. I have an account, but I'm not.
I used to be on it a lot. I mean, I built quite a follow base on over 150,000.
Yep.
But it's no fun anymore.
It's pretty big for book talk, though.
Yeah.
A lot of authors get a lot of help through it.
But for my niche, not so much anymore. It's just whatever.
Yeah, it is big for authors, but
and sellers.
I have found that mainly romance and fantasy are big on Book Talk.
Isn't that the same thing? Well, she's like,
no.
You've asked me that question. Move on. I'll sick Colin on you. Colin, what'd you have for lunch? It's already 3:00 over there. If you're even there anymore.
So you started off this probably as a hobby, I would think, right? Or is it?
I did. Yeah. I started writing when I was in middle school, and that was many moons ago. So it has always been a hobby, but it's always been a way for me to process things going on in my life, in the world around me, all of that. And that's why I think
I was going to ask you, is yours more, did it started as maybe something that was supposed to be therapeutic? For you to deal with what happened?
I was just not me and my son's father, who it's primarily about. He knows that now. I don't know how he came across my book, but he read it.
Stalker.
God rest that man's soul. Maybe not. But
is he still with us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, you said God rest his soul, so.
Thanks to me.
I didn't know.
But we were fighting, and I was like, I really would just love to do illegal things, and I can't. So I was like, I'm going to write about it.
Because they're illegal.
But, right. Yeah. And I have 2 kids. So even if it wasn't for them, I couldn't do it. But I started out, kind of going back to your question, I started out as a reviewer. Actually, literally a year ago last week. Started out as a reviewer, and then built a big following, got a bunch of author friends and reviewer friends and reader friends, and they were like, just write a book. Like, I don't care what, just write it.
Sure.
And now I'm in this allegiance with Colin and a bunch of other authors, and we have an anthology coming out and writing my second book. And I would have never done this if it, like, my publisher is one of my best friends. My editor is one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Does it become profitable at the end?
what?
Does it become profitable? Do you make any money? No.
It depends on how you define profitable.
I mean, when you're self-publishing, I didn't really have any costs associated. I made my own cover, so I didn't pay a cover editor for my first one. So mine was mostly my costs were just paying for the print price from Amazon for my book. But what was hard for me was I sold a lot of my own physical author copies, like what I ordered. And Amazon doesn't keep rankings on what you sell. They only keep rankings on what they sell. So I sold like 60 books right away the first like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't matter at all to Amazon because they sold them to you and you can do whatever you want with them, but they don't keep track of that. And then if, like we had said, we do art copies, if those people review it without purchasing the book and Amazon can tell like this account didn't purchase this book, but they're writing a review on it, they won't count that towards your ratings.
Okay.
So you could send out 1 million art copies. You'll still be at 0 stars, really, if they didn't purchase the book themselves.
Yeah, Amazon has really cracked down on that aspect, too.
But a lot of authors are baiting reviews and faking reviews to get higher up in the algorithms, too.
Yeah.
Defeating the Moose?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
That's me.
So, I'm gonna bring this up actually. Give me a chance. Do you think I'd be a little more?
It's okay.
A little more prepared here. But this is it right here. You can now see it up on the screen. Defeating the Moose, the Kindle edition, right? If you're on Kindle Unlimited, it's free.
On Kindle Unlimited, but you have to pay for that service.
For the Kindle Unlimited,
Yes.
but if you're just on regular Kindle,
You can get the Kindle edition or you can get paperback.
gotcha. And that's available right now. You can get that right now. You got some excellent reviews, it looks like. You're at a 4.6 out of 5, which is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got lucky with that.
pretty much doesn't. That pretty much means it doesn't suck, Paul.
Or they're just afraid to tell me it does.
Well, I would be afraid, I think, to tell you.
He's going to go write a baited review next.
Amazing! Hope you don't kill me. So that's you can see that. Now, this is, of course, this all led into this event that you're doing. And why don't you give us the specs on that once again?
So the event is Saturday, the 27th at Charlie Bravo's in Putnam. It's from 1 to 5. Tickets are available at the door. If anybody listening right now, I did create a promo code on the Eventbrite. It's SNSN. So anybody watching live or watching the replay can get those tickets, including VIP, for 50% off.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, tickets will be full price. General admission is $20. VIP is $35. And you can get tickets at the door. VIP tickets come with exclusive merch, stuff from different authors. Cool. She sent some stuff in and all sorts of really cool stuff. All of those proceeds are going straight to the organization. The ticket
United
sales,
Services.
Yes. Yeah. Ticket sales fully paid off the venue price, the VIP swag, the different merchandise. It was all paid with the the ticket sales. And now everything beyond that is going to United Services.
DM Foley, tell us about the Killer Trip. Tell us a little bit about Lainey Wilson.
Well, Lainey Wilson.
This is your latest book.
This is my
which is now book. Up on the screen as well.
No, and first question right out of the box. It is not written about Lainey Wilson, the country music star.
Oh, okay, all right.
Definitely not.
Oh. I heard you were ready to ask questions.
End of that.
That is like the first question anybody asks. And
Before we go on, I just want to let you know that Colin had Mexican chicken flatbread. And it was delicious for lunch.
Breakfast?
What? No, it's like 3 o'clock over there.
Oh,
I had it for
3
lunch.
o'clock? Yeah. Didn't you hear me ask? I said, which? Yeah. I wanted to let you know.
Thanks.
You know, figured you'd care.
But
I'm sorry.
Lainey finds herself in jail, arrested for murder.
Mm-hmm.
That happened 30 years prior.
Okay.
In a town that her and her friends visited. And she is perplexed in how she is being targeted and arrested. She didn't commit the crime. And her 2 best friends are with her up in the town that they had visited because they went back for a funeral. And she got arrested.
Gotcha.
But then, while she's away, somebody is impersonating her back at home.
Oh.
The real Lady Wilson.
The country singer.
The country singer.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So the book goes into all of that.
Gotcha.
I don't want to discuss too many details because it
of course,
will give it away. It is a different type of psychological thriller. It's not the more popular whodunit. It's more of a how catch 'em because you do find out who the actual killer is like very early on, but it's more of a cat and mouse of like, is the person going to get caught?
Gotcha. It's up on the screen right now. You can see it. The Killer Trip by D.M. Foley.
And there will be copies available at the event. On Saturday, and 10% of all my book sales at the event I'm donating to United Services.
Very good. But you can see the other books that are available there for her as well.
But if you want to know more about the Killer Trip, I will be discussing that tomorrow night.
That's right, at the Slater Library
right down the road for the Connecticut Author Trail event.
And how many authors are going to be there tomorrow night?
Well, tomorrow that's just me.
Oh, okay.
The Author Trail, it started July 9th and it ends September 12th.
Gotcha.
Actually, so it ends September 19th at the finale. But you can go to any local library, Preston, Canterbury, New London, Ledyard, Sprague, Jonathan Trumbull Library, Mystic Noank, Otis Library. They all have the passports and they have...
Gotcha.
My side of Connecticut doesn't matter.
The quiet corner.
Well, Scotland's up
That's
there.
not Killingly.
Yeah, I know.
The Twin Cities.
It's down here.
It's a consortium of libraries, so I don't know like how they like put it together.
The Twin Cities of Attawagan and Belleville.
Yeah.
Forget Danielson.
Are they still there, Danielson?
It's there.
It is, yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of fun things in Danielson.
Nobody apparently.
Smile for Mama.
Little baby, big old teeth.
A little psycho there. I'm telling you, you gotta. Okay, I gotta.
I have to read that. That's like
yeah.
whoa.
Just when you said that hooked me, and it's like, So let me ask you a question, because we've talked about a bunch of different things about writing just because it's in our head. Mm-hmm. We're writing because it was a personal experience, which some good, some not so good, obviously. Have you ever thought of writing about somebody that was said to be an abuser, yet they're the ones that are the abused?
No.
That would be an interesting topic.
It would be.
It would be very interesting.
Little Munchausen in there and
Narcissism.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
Wicked Witch of the West.
Hey.
Which one you got to find out. Any idea? Anything else you want to bring up today, Laura? About that we didn't discuss. I want to make sure that.
I don't think so. I mean, like I said, the tickets are on Eventbrite. They are 50% off if you use the code SNSN. If you go to the Facebook page, the raffle prize is all available on there.
Cool.
You can get raffle tickets at the event, but you can get your tickets at the door. There's an ATM there.
Mm-hmm.
There you can use your card as well. So there's a lot of different options. There's the donation option on the Eventbrite page. If anybody, like you had said, wasn't able to be there but wanted to.
Like I won't be able to be there because
Right.
my grandson's going to be 2.
Ooh,
So
my son just turned 3.
Really?
Yes, my youngest.
So, your youngest. So we're having barnyard animals and stuff.
Hopefully no moose.
No moose. No moose. Pigs. Maybe a Highland cow.
This
I'm ditching.
is this the most updated list?
Should be.
So these are some of the names from the horror genre. That's Aaron Beauregard, Brennan LaFaro, Devin Cabrera, Dorian Sinna, Gage Greenwood, Jared Grace, Jen Bernardini, John Durgan, John Lynch, Ken McGregor, Christopher Triana, Laura Bilodeau, Mark Tullius, Reed Alexander, Tom Rimmer. Then there's thriller authors Aaron Olson, J.J. Allo, L.M. Kaplan, which Laura mentioned.
He's bringing his daughter.
Romance, Danielle Lynn, Fiona Devine, Jillian McGregor, Catherine Marie, Tay Rushing, Multigenre, Martha Sweeney, Fantasy, Holly Huntress, Justine Manzano, and Sarah Zane. And then there's a whole bunch of non-attending. There's Brian DuBois, Books of Horror, David Hardy, DJ Kimmer, myself, Ella R. Thomas, Jade Seraphine, Jenny Allen, Jennifer Savino, Jesse Lucci, Keely Shea Malone, Paul Cara, Paul Avery Tyndall, R.E. Bunch, Stuart Bray, Tim King, and William Joseph. And
whole lot.
There's more non-attendants because like Jake
Gotcha.
Danbury.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Paul, anything else that you
We're about
want to add?
Putnam. Is it located?
At Charlie Bravo's.
Where's that? Can you just
It's like
some
on a
land so
back
people would
road.
understand where it is?
I can look it up.
Well,
I know where it is, but it's like on a back road,
oh, it's on a back road.
kind of, in a way. Like it's not
Well,
it's not
if you think
super
about-
back road,
well,
but
southeastern Connecticut, most places are
Well,
on back
when
roads.
people go to Putnam, they think of the
Or
antique
even-
places. All right, so that's why people go to Putnam, antiques. So based on where the antiques are, is around the corner.
it's kind of like behind all that. So if
Okay.
85 Main is right here,
Yeah.
it's like behind all that. Right behind the crossing.
Oh, the crossings. That's up by the tracks.
South Main
Yeah,
Street, that area.
Okay, so just so people know where it is.
Like if you get off over here, you can
Yeah,
Come
just
up.
make the right turn.
that way.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you very much for coming on down. I appreciate you to come down and talk about your book and about a lot of some of your personal experiences too. I'm sure that's got to be tough and raw. And just read the book and now it feels better. Dawn, I don't know what your name is.
It's
Diana.
It's Dawn.
Who knows?
It's done.
Sorry,
That's out there. It's fine.
I know, but it's kind of like it's like you talk to somebody and there's their stage name, and all of a sudden you squeak out their real name. Ah, crap!
It's fine. It's fine.
Are you really Laura? No, you're not.
You never know.
Will the real Laura Bilodeau please stand up? Please stand.
I am standing.
Please stand up.
You can't tell.
There's 2 of them here. We don't really know. DM Foley, thank you very much, and thank you very
for
much
having
again.
us on.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Paul. Whatever. We'll see you
Write the
once
book.
again.
Elder abuse.
I'm writing that book.
There's
I am. People are going
You've
to
got
find
a
out the
lot of-
real Monarski. I won't mention his name, though.
You have a whole lot of
It's not my real name. It's my stage name. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. If you missed any of this broadcast, it will be posted. You can simply start it all over again. And we get a lot of great feedback on that because people will say, well, I didn't get the morning show, so we get to watch it later on. So we always leave it up for that purpose. So thank you very much. Ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you.